Good evening. Good evening. It is Sunday. Thank God it's Sunday, a whole nother week that went past or after today. But anyway, good evening. Hi. How's everyone doing? Look, this is my favorite step right here. I have to be honest, because I'm going to tell y'all some things about this step that you don't know or wouldn't know unless you done the step. So, anyway, it says, let me get started. Let me give my Most High God his crops. Heavenly Father, I thank you, God, for allowing us another clean day from this disease of an addiction. I thank you, we thank you, we love you. We are doing the thing by showing that drugs did not win. It thought it won, but it didn't. So I'm asking you, anything that comes out of my mouth might encourage someone or might help someone. Wash this tongue of mine, guide my tongue before I open my mouth to all the peoples all over the world. And I thank you for that. I thank you for letting me keep a solid ground in my life and don't look at other sites of what they're doing, but stay focused on what I'm doing. And for that, we are grateful. Thank you for the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous program. It has been faithfully and honestly welcome into our lives that have helped us change our life and turn our lives around. And for that, we are grateful. Thank you so much for the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous, the CA, the NA, and the AA. I thank you so much. Okay, my God. You know what, this step, hey, Wanda, this step, my auntie is on there. Hey, this step right here is a good step. And we're going to be talking about some things that, this step right here is really about acceptance, perseverance, right or wrong, and that's why I love this step. This step says we continue to take a personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. This step, it kind of tricked me when I first started working on this step. And this step had to get my attention so I can learn about these steps. These steps are made for us to study, to learn, and to bring them into our life and see what shows up out of our learning about these steps. We continue to take personal inventory. They said continue. Yeah, I continue. I am willing to change, and self-discipline and honesty and integrity is in this step too. It's very much so in this step. So I have really learned about these steps slowly, studying them, going over them, applying them to my life. Do I owe anybody an apology or amends? This is what this step is about. Do I owe me an apology, someone else apology, or do I owe anybody else amends? The relationship with God, I need him to show me better things in life. I really do. And I'm going to get butt naked truthful today, because this step is to make us become a better person, a unique person that we are in ourselves. And we have come so far. I'm on the 10th step. So all the other 9 steps, like one, let's say to myself, where was I wrong, or could I have did things differently? Yes, we know we could. We could have did things differently. We could have allowed us a chance to find our way and get better. But we had to go through some challenges. We had to go through some things first. We had to, hit rock bottom. We had to deal with our personality, self-centeredness, our impulsive thinking. We had to deal with a whole lot of things. How will I do better the next time I have? That's where it says take that personal inventory. I have done better. We have done better. I'm sure you all have done better. And I had to learn to be kind, loving towards everybody. Even the ones that confused me, or even the ones that I didn't too much endure being around, but I still had to learn how to love. That's where it says take a personal inventory when we was wrong. Yeah, I've been wrong plenty times, and you have too. Sometimes we wrong in the way we think and how we bring that into our daily living. So we have to take a personal inventory all the time. I will never allow myself to become obsessed about anything no more. Never. Being obsessed about something, whether it's clothes, whether it's a man, whether it's money, I had to teach myself that them things, overthinking, them things can become obsessed in our lives. So I had to learn how to do them things. I had to learn how to talk to my sponsor about something I kept to myself. Boy, that was unique. Because some things I didn't even want her to know. I had to confront it, deal with it, and talk with her about it, and let her help me work things out. I would not allow myself to become too angry, lonely, or tired. You hear what I said now? Hey, Charlotte, you hear what I said? You heard what I said. It said I would not allow myself to become angry, lonely, or tired. Because that got me in trouble before. That honestly, that when they said we continue to take a personal inventory, and when we was wrong, properly admitted this. This step is about right. This step is about wrong. This step is about admitting it and properly admit now that we are clean and we have eye openers and we maintain to stay clean. And so we had to learn some things. Am I feeling, always when it says take a personal inventory, it's asking us, do I get extreme feelings today? Yeah, I do. I go through some extreme feelings. Some days is better than others. It depends on what I went through that day. That's why that taking that personal inventory is a must in our lives. Watch my defect in my life daily. Watch my defects, my the little things that I was so used to doing, so many things that I know that caused me harm and things I did wrong. So I have to watch my defects in my life. Didn't I harm myself or others? Yes, we did. Yeah, we did. We sure enough did. I know I did. I know I wasn't perfect. How can you be in the disease of an addiction and be perfect? You cannot. You're going to slip up. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to do some things. That's why I don't drink. That's why I don't use. Because them things that we put in our body causes us to do that. And we find ourselves doing things and looking at things differently and hurting people's feelings without properly admitting it. We hold on to it and it keeps staying into our daily lives until we learn how to work a step or learn how to turn our life over to the care of God as we understand Him. I can't go by how nobody else understands Him. I got to work with God all on my own. I have to deal with Him on a personal level. Am I clean today? Was I good to me today? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Everybody that get clean, you are being good to yourself. Now, sometimes we let things come into our life that we know better. We know when love is. We know when real love is. We know when somebody is using us. Come on. We was the best users in the world. We was the best manipulators in the world. So we know when we get clean and our life is stable and we getting ourselves together, we should already know and know the signs that come into our life while we taking these personal inventories of ourselves. You know, do I want always to repeat me staying clean? I want to always repeat. That's what taking a personal inventory is. Did I stay clean today? Hey, yeah, I did. I stayed clean. I stayed clean today. Hey, Morris, Italian, I stayed clean. You know, because see, the trick of the enemy is to confuse our identity and our defects of characters in this program. See, and the program is made to strengthen us, to help us, to heal us, to nurture us, and for us to find a better way to deal with things in life. But sometimes we allow certain things to come into our life because we haven't dealt with that. We haven't dealt with them things. I know when I got clean, I still let stuff happen in my life. I still let some guys, that, told me some nice things and did some nice things, and I got caught up in the midst of, not knowing the difference and not knowing the truth. But boy, did I learn being clean all these years. I want to always repeat me being clean on a daily basis. Do I go to meetings? Yes, I do. Why am I so grateful today? This program, this 10 step is all about that. It's making you wanting you to take this personal inventory so you can study and repeat every day. That's why we must take an inventory every day so we can learn how to deal with ourselves. Is because ourselves is the one that caught us up into the drugs and alcohol, the behaviors, the activity of our mind of doing wrong or to get what we want because it feels good. See, we can get caught up in stuff like that, and people don't understand that. That sometimes when we get clean and we take a personal inventory, that's why the personal inventory is there, so we can go back and look daily of what we did today or what we didn't do for ourselves or how did we make ourselves feel, what put us in the atmosphere to want to do wrong or want to hurt somebody or want to do somebody because we clean. We can't drink, we can't use, we can't do nothing no more. So I am grateful. I am so grateful. We are grateful. It ain't just about me. It's about us. We are grateful that God of our understanding that put us in the light to where we can shine and when we can be honest with ourselves and we can accept things that we used to couldn't accept. I know I couldn't used to accept some things that I'm so grateful for now. That, it was things can happen. Say things can happen to my friends, my kids, and I would just roll over like, man, like I'm Superwoman. I'm going to help y'all. I'll fix it and I'll manage it and control it. But I don't do that no more. That got me caught up too. That got me caught up so bad because I was trying to manage, fix, and nurture other people when I still had learned how to take that personal inventory of myself and do what I needed to do for myself. I wasn't there yet. I'm there now. I wasn't there when I first started this step, and I look at everything. I watch everything. I'm one that don't really say much until you push me in that corner. And when you push me in that corner, that means that, I done did some inventory now. And now I know what I need to do to protect myself at all times. And why do I put myself in these situations? Why? So that's why I'm feeling grateful, because I've learned how to deal with Renee. You must learn how to deal with that person within. That person. That's why we must take a personal inventory of today. These steps make us have long-term relationship. That's what I love about this step. Because when we work these steps, it says we continue to take personal inventory. And when we was wrong, promptly admitted this step. This step is to teach us how to know right from wrong. This step is teach us about self-discipline, honesty, open, being very honest and open with ourselves and learning how not to get caught up in things that can cause us to use and be forever using again. You know, I have watched how I respond to my anger. I have very much so watched how I respond to my anger, because my anger was my trigger for me to get high and for me to take a drink, you know. So I had to learn, when it says taking a personal inventory, I do this every day. I focus on what I did today. Did I treat me today? Was I kind to myself and other people today? You know, did I hurt somebody's feelings? Yes, I did. And I went to them straight right away and told them how I felt. And I was sorry. I was very sorry. See, when you get clean and you get some years up under you, and you study working on self and never stop. See, I got to repeat this thing over and over again. I can't stop. Ain't nowhere in the world I can stop doing something that's benefiting me or benefiting you. We have to learn how to be honest, have an open mind, and a willingness to want to change or look at change or want to do things different. I do understand sometimes the only thing we need to do with our feelings is to feel them. I understand that. What you say, Renee, the only thing to do with your feelings, and I never did that. I always reacted. I always, I didn't know about no personal inventory, or I didn't think about the things I'd done. But all I need to do with my feelings today is feel my feelings. That's it. Feel it, understand it, search why I'm feeling that way. Taking a personal inventory made me look at myself to see why I'm feeling this way, and just go on and feel it. Just go on and deal with it. Feel it. Whether you angry, you mad, or you happy, them are your own personal feelings. And we must maintain our own feelings. Because if we start letting other people dictate how we feel, we in trouble. We are so much in trouble. I have learned when I'm grieving, I couldn't afford to let sorrow. When mama died and my son died, when I was grieving, I couldn't afford to get in that sorrow and drag me down and cause me to do something I will regret. I had to go on with life. I had to deal with the sadness and the sorrow, but them my feelings. They tell me, taking a personal inventory, your feelings is your own. You have to look at your feelings, and you have to understand your feelings, and you have to know why that you taking a personal inventory on a daily basis. I do it on a daily basis. I don't do it every couple of days. I take an inventory of me before all through the day, or what did I do today? Why am I feeling this way? What can I do to change the way I feel? Am I still angry about something? What can I do to change that? Did somebody really hurt me and it's still lingering with me? What can I do that? Because sometimes when we get hurt, and it's very devastating, and when we start taking that personal inventory, we realize that we never really cleaned that. We never fixed that. We just looked at it and we dealt with it, and then we didn't deal with it. Hey, Denise, honey, we didn't deal with it. We didn't deal with it. That's why we keep going back. That's why people say relapse ain't a part of my story. It just ain't. I ain't finna relapse. I ain't finna go nowhere. I ain't finna do nothing. That's why I tell you I stay grounded. That's why I tell you I live my life on the way I walk. I take a personal inventory of myself. It says we continue. Step 10 is a bad step, y'all. Step 10 says we continue to take a personal inventory. And when we was wrong, properly admitted it. See, I told you this step is really about, surrendering. It's about acceptance. It's about integrity. It's about honesty. It's about opening. It's about dealing with your character, your feelings. And it's about right and wrong. That's what it's about. Right and wrong. That's what it's about. You know, this is a bad step. It grants us the freedom to feel our feelings by helping us see the difference between feelings and doing, right or wrong. Right or wrong. And some of us know we be doing wrong. Some of us know. We know we be doing wrong. That's why a lot of us disappear. That's why a lot of us, isolate. That's why a lot of us stay gone for years and come back. That's why I'm not saying it's everybody. I'm saying most of the time that the friends I've had that isolated, disappear, didn't show up, and then when something happened, I walk into a store, I walk somewhere and I see them, they high as hell. So I pray for the ones that I don't see and pray that they make it back in. That's my whole key. See, I learned how to deal with the steps, and this step is a bad mamma jamma right here. This step helped me open up. It helped me look at myself on a daily basis. It helped me understand why do I have a right to my own feelings, because they're my feelings and I have to deal with my feelings. And I have to look at why am I feeling this way, and doing the right thing, or did I do something wrong to somebody else? Did I properly go to them and tell them, oh, yes, I did. I remember taking money from my mama, and she already knew I took money from her, and she hired high horses back to Mississippi, and I had stole from my mama, but God allowed me to go into the NA of Narcotics Anonymous program and to understand the addiction of the drug addiction, and understand the disease of an addiction, and understand that I must maintain clean time at all times. I must go to the ones that I've hurt or mistreated or took from. So I had to go to my mother and tell her. That was the hardest thing for me to do, but it was a gift in that message of me telling Mama I was sorry, because she knew I was still clean, and I was still humbly asking God to remove these defects or characters of mine, because they're getting in the way. They're not letting me grow. They're not letting me move. They studied taking me to, I'm trying to go here, and it's taking me there. So I had to learn how to deal with things. Working the program, working the Narcotics Anonymous program, to every day it will come a habit. Listen to what I said. Every day, taking a personal inventory is a habit. It's a habit for me. Because if I stay in that habit, then I won't lose self. If I stay in that habit of taking a personal inventory, I can go to a meeting, somebody have said something that kind of threw me, or they did something that kind of made me look at them or look at me, either way. And then I just sit there. These my feelings. I got a right to feel. I got a right to think. I got a right to react. I got a right to accept. I got a right to hold on. I got a right to be quiet. I got a right to get loud. See, nothing leaves us. We still have a right to everything. But it's how we do it. It's how we maintain. It's how we understand. And I've learned by working a program that I am who I am, but I can create somebody better than me, a better me in me, or I can stay the same. Let go of a few things that hinder me, or I didn't work with, or work on everything and become a better me. I'm gonna always be a better me. I'm gonna always be honest. I'm gonna always tell the truth. Because I did so much lying, we did so much manipulating, we did so much hiding, we did so much isolating, we did so much running, we did so much premeditated thinking. So yeah, I don't want to pick up them habits again. That's why I have to take a personal inventory of myself at all times. Service to God and to peoples around me. I have to be a service. I have to help other individuals. I have to understand that love is about helping somebody even when we don't understand them, or even when they have hurt us or made us wrong. We can still be a service to them. If they call me, I'm gonna still be there. if something happened in my life and I'm still holding on a little hurt, and I'm going to tell you something, don't think because you get clean. See, that's what this step is about. Don't think because you get clean that the stuff you've been holding on to just going to go away. No, it's not. It ain't, because, I got a few things, maybe 2. I don't know. I'm just kind of giving you a little number. But I got some things that I'm still kind of holding on to because it hurted me so bad. And then I asked God, I said, God, I'm good about letting things go and letting you take over and letting you, but it hurts like a knife sometimes. But I don't stay there. I can revisit and take an inventory on it. I don't stay there, but I'm not letting it take the better me. It's not going to drain me. I'm not going to run and get high. I'm not going to take a drink. And some of my own family members is dealing with that alcohol and that, that obsessiveness. I went through some things last night with the family members, and that drinking and that obsession and not, wanting to live that lifestyle that nobody cares about. Nobody cares about your lifestyle no more. You could have sold dope 20 years. I sold dope 40-something years. But years ago, I sold dope years and years and years. Nobody care about that. Only person I had to go to and it's God, and ask God to forgive me because I was hurting his people because I hurt it myself. And so when I take this personal inventory, it's real deep, and I take it every day. I don't want to lose who I am. I don't want to ever become bitter and angry. I just don't. I don't want to become that. I don't want to become angry no more, where they just keep me getting high and keep me upset and keep me confused and unmanageable and not accepting what's really is and what's really going on. I had reached the limit of lies that I told daily. I had reached. Hear what I say. I reached the limit of lies that I told daily. For the first time in my life, I'm free. I didn't know how I was going to maintain staying clean. But that wasn't what I focused on. I focused on going to meetings, getting a therapist, understanding me, understanding this disease of an addiction, and understanding that I have a right to continue to get high, or I have a right to learn how to get better. I have a right to stay in the midst of bull crap, or I have a right to getting up that ladder, climbing up that ladder and getting higher and higher and higher. The sky is unlimited when you want to come into your purpose and find out what your purpose is. Look, I want for nothing. To be honest, God has been good to me because I have upheld my honesty and my kindness and my change. It was all due to him. People say, I had nothing to do with this. It was all the God of my understanding came into my life, and he started nurturing me little bit by little bit, because he knew I had been hurt. He knew I had did some things to myself. He knew I was holding on to some stuff that I needed somebody to help me deal with. Working all the steps. But this step, from working from 1 to 9, opened some doors for me to get ready for the 10th step. This 10th step is bad. I'm telling you it's bad because it's going to make you identify who you are. It's going to make you identify what you're really working on. It's going to make you identify who you are on a daily basis, because you got to still work a program. So I still take a personal inventory. Do I want to change that? No. It's kept me all these years. I'm going to continue to work my inventory. Every day I work an inventory. Every day. Renee, was you good to yourself, baby? Renee, did you say something nice and kind to somebody today? Renee, was it any person in your life that you had to make amends to and tell them you sorry? Now, making amends mean that you really sorry, you really did something, but I can't make an amends for something that I know I didn't do. Or something that you keep saying I'm doing. Why should I keep trying to make amends to you when you don't forget the first or few things that I asked you to forgive me for? Why do I hold on to? I can't do that. I can't bib and bob on your character or you. I got to bib and bob on me. I got to understand that this disease of an addiction is active of any time. See, I can go back. See, when it says continue to take a person inventory, we already know we can go back any given time we want to. We can go back to the things that we were so used to doing and going through. That's why people relapse. Because they want to go back to that familiar pain and familiar way of how they do things. Look, the pain had me running. The pain had me running so bad, I promised God I'll never go back. So I don't know about when y'all talk about pain or what kind of pain were you talking about. I don't know if any of y'all slept in a garage. I don't know if y'all been held hostage. I don't know if y'all laid on your death table, on your death bed, and you can hear people praying over you and like you finna leave this world. I don't know if y'all been through all that. I don't know if you've been in a car accident and you thought you wasn't gonna make it. When you turn back and look back at that car, you wondering how did you get out of it. I don't know if y'all been through where somebody hurt you or used you to benefit themselves, or did somebody come into your life with expectation or how they gonna mistreat you or how they gonna do you or how they gonna lie to you or how they gonna manipulate on you. I don't know if y'all been through that. See, I've been through so much. I understand this disease of an addiction, and I can really go back at any time I get ready. If I choose to get high, I'm going to get high. If I choose to stay clean, I'm going to stay clean. If I choose to nurture myself so I won't go back and get high, that's what I've been doing. Taking a personal inventory daily of what happened. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of trying to understand other people when I know I was them other peoples. I know I was them other people. I know I drunk myself to death. I know I hurt people's feelings because I could. I know I misused people because I'm thinking I'm on top of the world. I know I have stole from people. I know I have took money from people when I thought I was on top of the world. I know I have hurt other people's feelings. That's why I take a personal inventory, because I don't want to do that no more. I just don't want to do it, because guess what? It's going to cause you jail, institution, and death. That's the only thing you're going to get out of it. Only some people could have been dead a long time ago, but it's the prayers to God of the righteous avail it much. And you know what? I get so tired of trying to figure out peoples. So I don't figure them out no more. I say what I'm going to say and I'm going to be done. Taking that step 10 was so bad for me to where I had to sit back, and it took me a long time to stay on step 10, because step 10 was telling me, hey, James, I see my son is on here. I see Pamela. Hey, Pamela, I see my son is on here. Denise and Pamela. You know, hey, Pamela. It says step 10, we continue to take a person inventory. Why do we continue to take a person inventory? Okay, if I don't take a personal inventory, then that means I done stopped doing what I've been doing to get what I've been getting. So if I stop taking a personal inventory, now there's some space for me to slip up. There's some space for me to go back to my ugliness. There's a space for me to think that I'm okay, that I can take a drink. I know I can't take a drink. Cause I'm gonna tell you why I can't drink. If I drink, I ain't gonna stop. If I take a drink, and I ain't drank in years. And you know, we as addicts, we love to feel good. And if I take a drink, I know I won't stop. I know that. I start slipping and dabbing, slipping and drinking, and the same way with pills, same way with drugs. I already know that. But don't you think the demons don't come in on me? Don't you think the demons ain't working 80 hours more than he worked before so he can get me to bend, so he can get me to break, so he can get me to get high, so he can get me to drink, so he can get me to hurt other peoples. You know, hurting peoples hurt peoples. And I know that for a fact. Because all the time I was hurt taking that personal inventory, I was truly hurt and didn't know how broken and hurt I was. But I kept hurting other people because I didn't know the unknown. I didn't know. I didn't know that me hurting other people's means I'm hurting me. I'm confused. I'm hurting. And people sometimes when they get scared, let me tell you, that was me too. And when you get scared of the unknown, or you scared that you done got in trouble, or you scared that you done did something that you don't think you gonna get out of it, or if you do get out of it, or what you did put you in a situation, now you feel like you stuck. To me, it ain't no feeling like you stuck. Whatever doors God opened is the doors of God blessed you with. But it's up to you to handle it. It's up to you to do it. It's up to you to want to change. I can't make nobody in my family stop drinking. I can't make nobody in my family stop using, because they couldn't make me. Could nobody tell me to stop using? My mother told me I didn't look good. My mother told me I looked like a big old black gorilla because at the time I was 507 pounds and I was totally dark and black. The drugs and alcohol disfigured my color. I didn't care. I was hurt. Didn't know how to deal with this disease of an addiction. I didn't know how to stop drinking. Didn't know how to stop popping pills. Didn't know how to stop doing acid. Didn't know how to stop smoking weed. All I know, it made me feel good. It made me escape. It made me think that I was somebody that I wasn't. And I'm never going back to that again. I hate that disease. I hate this disease badly. So when it says continue to take a personal inventory, I do that every day. It don't mean next week or a couple of weeks from now. You take a personal inventory of all your feelings. I take a personal feelings of how I miss my mother. I take a personal feelings of somebody hurt me today. How did I deal with it? I take my personal feelings to the best of my ability, because if I can feel today and feel tomorrow, then I'm truly on my way of controlling how I handle my feelings. Taking a personal inventory is a must. You have to, because see, if I don't take a personal inventory and I let 3 or 4 days go by, then I forget. Because see, taking a personal inventory was a habit for me, and it's still a habit for me, and I'm not going to change it. Because it's the reason why I'm still clean. Step 10, it modifies step 1 to 9, how to open up, how to let go, how he can, so I can't. So I let him. It opened up to identify with myself. This is a bad step right here, because this step keep you nurturing yourself. And unless you don't care, unless you tired, unless you don't want to get better, then you will start slipping. But I can't. I need this step every day in my life. It teaches me how to sit down even in the midst of being angry, or feel like I'm getting angry, or I don't understand, or I'm up all night because I cannot get no sleep, worrying about somebody else or my family members or loved one. I learned how to just say, cut the phone off, go to sleep. I'm not hearing it, not feeling it. You involving me in my joy or my recovery. So anything that's very painful for me, I just, excuse it. I can't deal with it. The phones is made to be hung up. The doors is made to be closed. I'm not taking anything that I didn't do. I'm not in the midst of all y'all drinking and getting high and then you put other people's lives in danger. I don't like that neither. How we can put other people's lives in danger who's sitting back just looking. But what if they decide to take a drink? Or what if they decide to take a vape? Or what if they decide to go get high? And it's one of your kids or one of your loved ones. What if they decide to see, well, look what it's doing to y'all. It's causing confusion, angriness, cussing out each other, and that's why I tell you I love kids. People can take it the way they want to. They can say, I got a house full of kids. Yes, I do. I've had a house full of kids for over 20 years. You know why? Because I was once a kid. I was once that kid that feel the way they feel. I was once that kid that was hurt and didn't know where to put my hurt. So yes, I try. That's my purpose. My purpose was to help heal the broken and show them a better way to live. Without the drugs, without the whoring, without the sexual, without the getting high. I love kids. If I don't hear kids, if I don't hear the TV, if I don't hear something, well, something is wrong. I have to hear something. I always have to hear something. Because when I was high, only thing I heard was the guilt of my own mind, was the guilt of me praying to God that I could stop using and drinking. I'm tired of putting myself in these situations that I put myself in. Nobody did all this but me. And the only way if my kids doesn't see the change in me, then they don't even know what change is about. They don't know. No, they don't. Hey, Linda, honey, how you doing? My best friend, how you doing? They don't know. That's why I tell you, we as people that's using, when it says we continue to take a person inventory, I have to take a person inventory. It's a habit for me. Like not getting high. Like not using drugs. That's a habit for me. Taking a personal inventory, that's a habit for me. This step is about right and wrong. This step is about integrity, letting go, honesty, open, tell the truth. This step is about a lot of steps in these three little sentences. This step is big. I love step 10. Step 10 to bring it on. It'll make you manifest who you really are and what you thinking and how you dealing with it. Because we have the disease of an addiction, we can always relearn the way we were. We can always go back because this disease that I'm battling is a disease of an addiction. It reminds me that we could always go back when we choose to. We can all. That's why I have to stay committed to myself. Like I was committed to a relationship or I committed to other people, I have to stay committed to me. What's going to benefit me? What's going to help me? What's going to nurture me? What's going to help keep me in the midst of being in a good place in our lives? We continue to take a person inventory. They asked me, why you continue to take a person inventory? I said, because it's a habit. It's a habit. I must take a complete inventory of myself or how my kids did or what did I say to my kids or how I paid a bill or why didn't I pay this bill to choose to do this. Taking an inventory is a bad place to, when I say bad, I mean good. It's a good place to be when you want to take an inventory of your daily activity or how you did or hurt somebody. Did I go back to that person and tell that person that I was sorry? Yes, I did. Because that tells me that's what I have to do to be better. It tells me I have to nurture me and to do the things that I have to do, that if I stop the habit, then guess what? I'm going to lose the focus. If I stop the habit that I've been doing all these years, guess what? Something gonna happen. Something gonna break. Something gonna make me detour and think I can take a drink or I can go get high or I can go disappear and go get high. So it's a habit for me. And anything that's a habit for me in recovery is the best gift that I have gave to myself in a long, long time. And because, recovery has a price. It demands our vigilance, vigilance. That means the step recovery has a price it demands. That means for our goodness, for our diligence. That means it wants the best out of us. These steps we working and ain't playing with, it wants the best. We do have a price. Recovery has a price in demand for our diligence. The best to come out is the best. And sometimes people are coming to our life and think they got a right to erupt our lives and cause me pain and cause me hurt. Ain't nobody else hurt me the way I hurt myself. If you can't come in loving me and you can't come in being nice to me or you can't come in understanding me, then leave me the hell alone. Because I ain't never ran after nobody. And ain't gonna never start. I love me today, so when you love you today, when you taking that personal inventory, you give you all you got. Yeah, okay, I'm right to my feelings. Oh, he sure look good. Oh, that guy sure look good. They're my feelings. I can say that. I ain't bothering nobody. But he looks good. Like when I go to court for my daughter and I go and I see that judge, I'm like, that judge is fine. Ooh, I picture myself. I'm like, Renee, get out of your head. Renee, get back to the reason why you here. But sometimes that makes me feel good to know that I still got feelings, that I can still genuine see something that I like or see something that looks good to me. And that's why I say I love my feelings. I used to hate my feelings. I used to hate the word dealing with feelings. But once I become clean and understand this disease of an addiction, I love everything about my feelings. My feelings gonna help me either detour or stay or manifest it and fix it and deal with it. That's what step 10 does. Taking that personal inventory. It's a habit for me, and I tell y'all all the time, I love this step. This step has brought me so much grace, so much integrity, so much honesty, so much what's the word I want to say? But let me make another word. So much peace. This step here. And long as I make it a habit of doing an inventory on myself, I don't understand people. See, I know when I drink, I get foolish. I know when I get high, I am not the nice person. When I get high, I think of every person that hurt me. When I get high, I want to hurt people and laugh at them and think the shit funny and do the things that I can do to them because I think I can get away with it. But all that karma coming back at you. You can't take a person and create them and be what they want them to be. You can't see, it was a time in my life you called me weak, you called me stupid, you called me dumb, you called me crackhead, you called me fat ass, you called me everything you wanted to call me. But today I ain't that. So you can still have the opportunity to call me what you want to call me, because see, I ain't that. I worked on me. When we work on us, when we come in here, right, Pam? When we come in here, Linda Harris, when we come in here, Denise, and when we come to a point in our lives that, enough is enough. We got to work on ourselves. I'm so proud of me too, just like I'm proud of my cousin Pam. She work a program too. She been in the program. Linda been in the program. These people that I like being around that have watched them grow. And that's what this recovery is about, this disease of an addiction. It ain't no joke. You see, relapse ain't in my story. I ain't relapsing for nobody. It's not in my story, and it's not a part of my recovery. Ain't no relapse, no part of my recovery. I heard somebody say relapse is a part of it. No, the hell it ain't. It is not a part of my recovery, because I didn't get into recovery to relapse. I got in to stay clean. And I know we dealing with a disease now. Come on, don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. This chemical dependency is a disease. But I did not come in to start relapsing. I came in to fix, manage, and control my daily activity of the way I think, how I'm living, what I'm doing, what service work I can do, who I'm helping, what could I do to continue to help myself. This is all about nurturing me, helping me, staying clean for everybody that want to stay clean. I ain't staying clean for y'all. I'm staying clean for me. I might have didn't say that right, but let me say that again. I ain't staying clean for nobody. I stay clean for me. I nurture me. I take a personal inventory every day because I need to. It's a habit. And anything that's a habit, I found out, guess what? I realized that the habit that I found out, habits are good. Habits are very good when they get to the point of nurturing you, taking care of you. Your inner you, not just your outer you, but the most of the inner you. It's good. So I had to learn that. I had to learn this. And let me tell you, step 10 is such remarkable. It's such a remarkable step because it shows me that I have a right to my feelings. I understand this disease. I have to learn to have some dignity in my life. I have to learn to have some serenity in my life. I had to learn how to be open-minded and honest and have a clean place in my recovery to call home. This clean place is home. I finally took Renee and found Renee again, and I call this place that Renee live in my home because I'm not messing it up. I'm not putting nothing in it. I'm not taking nothing. I'm not enduring something in my life that's going to cause me pain and harm. I learned how to let go of detox peoples. I learned how to let go of peoples that's hurting me and get a joy of hurting me over and over again. Some people's like having you out their life for a minute, and then when they think they want to pick you back up, here they come. See, but my life ain't nothing to play with because my life was on the line. My life, I was fighting to live and recover. I was fighting not to take another drink, fighting not to get high, fighting not to steal, fighting not to lay down with somebody else's man. I wanted my own man, and the only way I can get my own man is not sharing and taking your man. I had to learn how to be honest. I had to learn how to be open. I had to learn how to throw my hands up when the pain got great enough. Even in recovery. Pain get great in recovery. Don't let nobody tell you it don't. Don't let nobody tell you it don't. Pain in recovery is the best pain that I could ever endure because I have not picked up, will not use, stay focused, do an inventory on a daily basis, love who I am dealing with, and that's Renee found home. I'm home. I'm free. You know, I had reached the limits of lies that I had told in recovery when I was using, and the best freedom I had is to be free. I don't have to lie about nothing. If I choose to lie, I'm a lie. But really, I don't lie. If I can't tell you the truth, I just won't say nothing. I won't say nothing at all. Our 10-step, this 10-step had us to repeat much of the work we did. Check this out. The 10-step. Listen, the 10-step had us to repeat much of the work we did in the 4th step. 4th step. Read 4th step. And you're going to be able to identify the 10th step with the 4th step. You got to read it. Got to understand it. It's going to have us to repeat. This step is going to have us to repeat what we have learned and picked up and got used to in the 4th step. Man, it's a bad step. But you got to get out of it what you can. Because, see, I studied this step and I take an inventory every day. I take an inventory every day. Every day I take an inventory of how I'm feeling, or why am I sad, or why am I missing my mother, or why did I lie to my mother? Why did I hurt my friend? Why did I cause pain to that lady when I went to her house and to tell her about her husband? You know, I take that personal inventory daily. That lady could have shot my head off. The insane things that we do when we up under the influence of drugs and alcohol, I can never use again. I can never. I ain't gonna lie. If it had a choice for me using again or taking my life, I would take it. Because see, when I used, it was like I was already committing suicide slowly. I ain't going there. I ain't never used it. I hate this disease. I hate what it does to people. I hate how it take a good person and turn them into a criminal. I hate how you take a good person and turn them into a straight up alcoholic, a straight up cocaine user, a straight up robbery, a straight up a homemonger. I hate this disease for real. That's why I get on here. Oh, Renee, you need to make some more. They keep telling Renee, you need to make some more broadcasts. You need to, no, I don't. I don't get on here for nothing but to be real. That's it. That's all. I don't need no money. God takes care of all my needs. God does. I ain't wanted for nothing in years. And that's only in the grace of God, because he understands my soul and my spirituality. I ain't doing all this for people to like me. If one person got on here a day, every Friday, every Sunday, I'm cool. It's between me and that person. I ain't caught up in no money, no fame. I done had it all. You know, we was raised up. My mother and father had 12 taverns. We wasn't raised up but around money. That's how I became so broken. That's how I became using all the time. It was there. I can pick it. I can steal it. I can drink it. I can take money out of the money bag, thousands of dollars, and take it to school and give it away. It wouldn't mean nothing to me. It was the way I was thinking. Money is for us to maintain, to have things, and to not go without things that's important to us. I've been around money all my life, but money had made me. It had changed me. It kept me broken. All them taverns, being around the go-go dancers and slipping downstairs. My mama didn't know I see the go-go dancer and go down there and slip and see the go-go dancer. And I often wonder how people would come to the bar looking all serious, and now all of a sudden 10 minutes later they drunk, they dancing, jumping up on the table. I'm like, man, I want some of that. At 9 years old, I want some of that with that person there. As a kid, we thinking that's funny. As a kid, we thinking that, you know, dang, what they just had. What they just drank. All he did was drink. So I took, I remember my daddy told me, I took about, a whole case of liquor to school. The disease of an addiction. And got everybody at the school drunk. In the bathroom. All the women's really. When I take a personal inventory, I was saying, Renee, Lord, have mercy. The things you went through, the things you took your parents through, the things you did, lied, cheated, manipulated. And you know, the God come into my life and took me, and he molded me and fixed me. I'm so grateful to know who I am today. Who am I? Who am I? I'm a lady that went through hell and back. And I ain't losing that for nobody. Much as I love to be with somebody and nurture and hug and hold, but I ain't going through no stuff to get it. I'm good. Because whatever God got for me is coming. Whatever God got to stay away, they're going to stay away. Because he's my protector. I found the person that don't judge us. I found the person when we taking this personal inventory in our lives that he's showing us. He's preparing us. He's letting us know, look how far you done come. Taking an inventory every day. People say that's too much work. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Hey, when we was getting high and chasing them alleys and putting our hands in mailboxes and didn't know we was opening our legs to get one more hit, ain't nothing too hard for us that we're clean. That's bull crap. Stop using excuses. Cause see, I don't like nobody that's on a pity pot. Because when I was on my pity pot, nobody helped me, nobody cared. So until I learned how to care about myself, and now that I'm on a place of a roller coaster in my life, that the sky is unlimited, and we can do anything that God allow us to do, long as it's in good favor, good nature, and helping another individual along with ourselves, it's all good. This 10-step creates how we must maintain a conscious awareness of what we are feeling and thinking. Did you hear me? Did y'all hear what I just said? This 10-step is a bad step. People don't realize it helps us maintain a conscious awareness of what we are feeling and thinking. That's what I love about the step. This is what I love about this step. It makes me aware what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling, why I'm feeling, and how I'm thinking. What I'm going to do to change it. What I'm going to do to fix it. This step is a bad mamma jamma. I'm going to keep this step on a daily basis. I love taking step 10 and manifesting it in my life and opening doors for me and making me work harder to be a better Renee that I have ever been. That's what I love about step 10. I love when it says step 10. It maintains a conscious awareness of what we are feeling and thinking. Ain't that bad? Ain't that bad, y'all? Listen to me, that's a bad step. Because it's doing a lot of things in this steps. Things that you didn't even know you was going to be doing. Things that I didn't even know I was going to be doing. This is a bad step. Step 10 creates and helps us with a conscious awareness of what we feeling and thinking. That's why I tell you I do this step good. Every day. Hey, Rachel. Every day. Hey, Stella. I do this step every day. Hey, step 10. We continue to take a personal inventory, and when we was wrong, we promptly amended it. Man, I know I done grow, because I do this step every day. It's a habit. It's just a habit. And when things become a habit, it's a good habit that you keep, you want to not let go of, because it keeps you grounded and nurtured, and it helps you to find your way when you thinking you done lost it. It's going to bring you right back. I put this step with step 4 because both of them, boys, you put 4 and 10 together, man. If you ain't got nothing out of them steps, something you missing, you're not paying attention. This step tells us, step 10 tells us, we have to promptly admit when we are wrong. If you can't promptly admit when you are wrong, then that means you ain't working on nothing. Acting on character defects. Hey, it was time when I've been wrong and been aware until later. It was times that I was wrong and didn't realize it until later. I didn't realize it until later. Acting on character defect. Man, that's a bad step. That's why I love this step. Since I've been in treatment, got out of treatment, since I've been in recovery, I had to identify, Renee, what personal inventory was you taking? What personal inventory does you take all the day? It's like I don't have to make people like me. I don't have to hurt myself no more. I have to continue to do service work and be nice and kind to people. I have to take an observatories of what got me to the point to where it just kept me using. Some things in my life today will take me back, man. I remember that. I remember that pain. I remember that controversy. I remember that hurt. I remember that rejection. I remember that denial. Oh, taking a personal inventory gonna show up all through the day. Hey! All through the day. That's for the ones who know how to take. Hey, a relapse is not a part of my recovery. I ain't never gonna use. I worked too hard to get this corrupted mind that the drugs and alcohol, the disease of an addiction had incurred in me. I worked too hard to. I ain't ever going back. I ain't acting on my characters. I have to watch that. That personal inventory. I help you when you have to watch on your character. This step kept me aware of myself. Suppress and my anger and feeling. See, what I like about this step, when you're taking a personal inventory, this step helps you be aware of your self-suppress or your depression or your angry feelings, and it helps you to come out of it without you even realizing. You know, when you think about being suppressed, depressed, nothing's going right, everything is going wrong, I'm angry, it helps you get out of that. It helps you identify what's going on with you. So I love this step 10. May it be a blessing to y'all. I hope I've said something to help you with something today, because step 10 is it's a bad step. And I continue taking a personal inventory every day of what I've said or what I've done or who I hurt, and I promptly admitted it right away. I have went to people, because sometimes your mouth can be loose and you can say things without you even being aware that it came out, and I have to go to that person and say, "Oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Yeah, so sorry." So I had to learn. So I thank y'all so very much. This was the best step. I love step 10. Girl, step 10 and step 4, you know, step 4 and step 10, you can't lose working them steps. Ain't no way. It made me be a better person, made me change my way of thinking, made me live a better life, made me think in a better way, made me forgive quicker, made me love better, made me have some peace and some joy. It makes me understand how the disease of an addiction can create an ugly person within you that make you do ugly things like drinking and getting high. Every drug I have did. I have did every drug. Maybe once. Heroin I did. I think I snorted some heroin years ago, but I never touched it again. Because it had me in a car thinking I was flying. I knew that wasn't for me. So, you know, different thing for different stroke, but that was my story. That was my story. Thank y'all for letting me come into y'all lives. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Auntie Wanda. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, I just thank y'all. My Pamela cousin was on here. Jay Brooks was on here. I thank everybody who named I didn't call. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for being a part of my process and me letting you be a part of mine. I am grateful. I'm thankful. You know, I thank God that He blessed you, took us through a whole nother week, and He's going to take us through some more. We made it 2026 by His grace. We are still here. And so thankful that God has a purpose for me. Y'all don't know. Y'all gonna see pretty soon. God gonna open some doors, and I'm waiting on it. I'm doing it. I ain't saying much, but God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good. Thank you for the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous program. Thank you for the facility of the treatment facility. Thank you, Mr. Sterling White, for help creating a better person in me while I was up under your program. Thank you, Miss Sterling White. I appreciate that. Every time I get on here, I give you thanks because you had said something to me. I remember getting ready to graduate after 9 months of outpatient, and I remember he said, Renee, go ahead on and fly. Spread your wings. Man, them words. People can say things to break you, or they can say things to heal you, or they can say things to put a gift in your ear. And I did. I never went back. Like I said, a relapse ain't a part of my story, and it's not a part of my recovery. But we are dealing with a disease of an addiction that will cause us to go back, to lose our purpose, and try to find it all over again. If you did relapse, that don't mean you're no bad person. That means you got to do better and be in focus and figure out what you did last time that you shouldn't have did that caused you to go back to using. Because see, relapse, once you get a habit of keep relapsing, get some clean time up under your belt, that's what you're going to continue to do. So I thank God for the ones that even relapse. I thank God for the ones that's struggling. I thank God for the ones that can't seem to get it together, but you will. But you gotta have God of your understanding, the real God, not something you making up or something you thinking about. You gotta have a real God in your life that's gonna help you and nurture you and tell you and put you around good people. See, that's a part of He put me around some good people when I came in, and that's why I'm still clean. But I love all of you. Relapse, get back on your feet. Don't let relapse keep you using. Get back on your feet and find your purpose. God loves the ones who relapse. He loves the ones that's clean, and He loves the ones that's struggling, or He loves the ones that don't even know where they're going yet. He's that type of God. So thank y'all. May God continue to bless y'all and heal y'all, and thank everybody that comes on after I get off, because they do. And thank you for all the text messages and all the incoming phone calls. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all being proud of me. I'm proud of me. I appreciate it. Next week on Sunday at 2 o'clock, it said, now this is a good one too, y'all. I'll say that about all of them, because all of them good stuff. It says, we sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God. And when we understood Him, praying only for the knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. Y'all come with me on that one, because I'm going to be ready for this one. This one got a lot of stuff in it. It's either going to mold you or either it's going to break you, but it should mold you. Thank you. And y'all do something nice and kind for someone today. Be kind to people. Love your enemy as well as your friend. Thank y'all. See y'all next Friday at 8 o'clock, Sunday at 2 o'clock. And we are on step 11. Have a good rest of the evening. In 2026, y'all, we made it.